Am I funny? Okay, hi sluts. Pussy, mind, body, spirit, soul. What is slut camp? Let's get into it. Blocked immediately. Welcome back. All right, hi sluts. Your camp counselor, Emma, back again. Episode 9. Oh my god. I'm going for slut business casual today. Slut business casual. Yeah. Okay, we got the, like, you have to have your boobs out. You have to have something out, boobs or ass, tits or ass, and a blazer, because dress for the job you want, not the job you have. So I wanted to point out something very special today. I have a new prop. If you're not watching, I'll describe it. It's a mug, and my friend got it for me for my birthday, kind soul. And it says my logo. And so now I can be inconspicuous and put various alcohols inside of here instead of taking little nipple shots. So hopefully this will be more of like a let's progressively get hammered together rather than like let's just fucking rip shots. We can do that too. We'll probably still do that, but for the meantime, it's Mug City, bitch. Today's episode, we're starting with a slut affirmation. Duh, of course. Hashtag Slut Friday. A word of advice from our sponsors, aka me. And then I want to kind of get into the mental characteristics / how to ID a narcissist, specifically in men. You probably already kind of like know the basics, but I need to go step by step, check box. If you're hooking up with someone, if you're dating someone, how to identify narcissist, okay? Different, but, and finally, we'll have games. Should you play? Am I going to coach you? The answer is yes. Okay, so we've got a juicy fucking episode ahead. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, I want to drink this so bad. Okay, our slut affirmation. I want you to stop after I say this. Stop the video, go play the song. The song of the slut affirmation, it's not going to be a real affirmation, but think of it as the song of the night, okay? You're getting ready, play this song after you listen to me, of course. The song is They Wanna Fuck by Kim Petras, okay? Go play the song, listen to 15 seconds, then come back. Oh, wait. Okay, did you do it? Okay, good. They Wanna Fuck by Kim Petras. That's it, because they wanna fuck. Men are men. Some will even say this exact thing in defense of when they cheat on you. They think with their dick. They say it all the time, okay? I've heard it before. Use their own mentality against them. They wanna fuck. When you go out, think that's the mentality. It's kind of like I'm the hottest bitch in the room, but they wanna fuck. God, cheers. How could I forget? Holy shit. Okay. It's like 1/3 tequila, a splash of orange juice, and like a whisper of seltzer. So good night. Word of advice from your camp counselor, aka me, bitch. Okay. Just because, okay, write this down. Just because he's horny doesn't mean you have to be too. Okay? Simple. Just because he's horny doesn't mean you have to. Now, what do I mean by this? Had a recent experience where basically I expressed to a man that I was horny and he was like, shut it down. And I was like, what the actual fuck? But when you're horny, I have to be in Trader Joe's shopping for, like, I'm high and I'm in Trader Joe's. I'm looking for the fake Takis. And you're like, talk about my dick. And I'm like, literally, okay. Like, I feel like girls are always like, oh my God, he's gonna stop talking to me if I don't like sext him back. Like, oh my God, I'm like a slip inside. Like, I'm obsessed. Just because he's horny doesn't mean you are too. I know it's a universal experience. I know the girls know exactly what I'm talking about. So this applies to both night and day. During the day, you could be, like I said, at Trader Joe's, just grocery shopping. A guy will text you looking for something slutty, and I swear to God, it's like he's like gonna turn into like dick dust if you don't fucking answer him in 5 seconds. Oh my God, like, babe, this eggplant reminds me how huge your dick is inside of me. Like, you have to just kind of like give it back, because that's the immediate reaction. It's hot if you're horny. It's not if you're not. Like, if you're in Trader Joe's, if you're shopping, maybe you're in fucking Best Buy, I don't know where you are, a park, doing your taxes, like, you could be doing anything, and a guy will text you and it's like, gotta text him back. You don't have to. You shut it down. You don't answer, or you go sex someone else if you are horny and you don't feel like sexting him, okay? During the night. By the way, this goes to say men do not dictate when you're horny, okay? That's the like major takeaway here. During the night, you go out to the bars, you're getting flirty with a guy, but you're not like totally sure if you're down to fucky or even sucky. It's like they have this expectation you're going home with them. If you're dancing with them, maybe you can make out with them a little bit, but it doesn't mean you're going home with them. They have kind of maybe an agenda. Maybe they think like, oh, I'm gonna take this girl home with me, or they don't. Whatever it is, if you don't want to go, you don't have to. You get his number, you say, I'm gonna go shake ass with my friends, talk to you in the next lifetime, or whatever it is. You decide. If you do want to go hook up with the guy, fucking do it. Send it. I will never tell you not to do that. Okay. Don't look back. If you choose that path, don't look back. Just make sure your friends have a way to get home. Okay. Speaking from personal experience. Okay. From the other end, be nice. Okay. If there's a tiny, tiny sliver of you that's like, well, I want to keep dancing. I want to go to the next bar with my friends. I don't feel like it. I'm not horny. Give him your number, walk away. If he texts you, he texts you. If he doesn't, fuck him, whatever. I feel like there's always this like urge to like go home with a guy when you're out with your friends because you think you'll never get the opportunity again. You will, I promise. Like, it's all gonna be okay. All to say, and the advice from our sponsors is that men are lucky to be in your presence. To have you in their bed is a whole other level. It's like fucking St. Patrick's Day. Like they're leprechauns at the end of the rainbow. That's how lucky they are. The next topic of today's discussion is the characteristics, how to ID a man that is a narcissist. I've had narcissist friends before. Sometimes I think I'm a narcissist because I like men that looks sometimes I think I'm a narcissist because I like men that look like me. It's okay. Like, you can suspect that you're a narcissist. You probably aren't if you're aware of that fact, okay? With men, I just dealt with one, and I'm gonna rip him a new fucking asshole. The number one thing, and I did extensive, aka I looked at one website research on this, so I think I know more about American Girl Dolls than you do, genius. Like basically WebMD men narcissists, like Google. Man who's a narcissist is typically kind of like satiated, or he like gets off on compliments, but oftentimes is not gonna give them back to you. When you're fucking, of course, like the guy wants to hear how good it is, but a real narcissist wants to know how he compares to other dick. Ownership is key, okay? If they're like, how am I compared to your ex? Maybe they don't say that in sex. Basically, like, wanting ownership if they're expressing, like, size me up compared to other guys, basically. They want you to say, oh my God, you're the best, whatever, or they won't get off, like, narcissist. He shows you he cares by showing up to fuck, basically. Maybe he'll even buy you a gift or some shit. Love, rather, from a narcissist is always physical. The next one's my favorite because it's so fucking true. And it's that narcissist men are always the victim. They always need to play victim no matter what the they could be so fucking in the wrong, and it's like you'd have to be blind to not see they're in the wrong. And they're like, whoa, bitch, who the fuck? Who do you think you are? Like, I feel disrespected. I'm the victim. Like, always. In the same vein as that, the victim complex, they're always kind of like shifting the blame back to you. Basically, everything he does is because like someone else made him do it. If he did something wrong, someone else made him do it. Like, he'll take no responsibility for his actions, even if they're negative. Narcissists will avoid problems until they get out of hand, etc. Even if they're late for something, or they tell you they have to be somewhere at 4 a.m. on your own fucking birthday, okay? They're always the victim. They feel disrespected, okay? Not speaking from personal experience or anything. Next, the apologies, if they do give them, are always going to be backhanded. Like, sorry for being honest, sorry for being straightforward, sorry you feel that way, sorry you feel disrespected. Nothing is their fault. That's the key factor to all of this. Like, they are not the one to blame. It's you, bitch. They will almost always say anything from their brain for a reaction from you. Like, if they feel the ball is not in their court, they're not getting a reaction from you, a specific kind of like, oh my God, like kissing their fucking feet, they'll say crazy shit. This guy I was hooking up with for a few months, like, basically told me he was planning on going to an orgy in El Salvador at the end of the month. And I was like, okay, like, cool. like, what? Like, he'll just say like fucking anything. He's not going to an orgy in El Salvador. Like, that's fucking bullshit. But he'll say it to be like, are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? I don't give a fuck. You can't act like you give a fuck. Even if you think like part of it could be true, it's not. They'll say anything. Just don't give them the satisfaction of a response. Next. They don't feel guilt. They don't feel the blame. They don't feel the guilt. Kind of like sociopath, like no remorse, but like a little bit different. There's levels to narcissism too. Like, obviously there's like, we're nearing like emotional abuse vibes. And then there's narcissists who are just like, I'm hooking up with this guy and he's like, XYZ fits all these boxes. Girl, run. Like, go the other way. Like, you're not gonna be in a relationship with him. You shouldn't. He doesn't feel guilt. You have to stop asking yourself how he can keep doing the same like stupid shit over and over again. He's not gonna feel guilty about it. If you try to make him feel guilty or expose him, he'll basically like freak the fuck out or disappear. One or the two. He's never wrong. He's never the victim. He's never the one to blame. He is never wrong. Like, he could say crazy shit that you're like, that's 1,000 fucking % not true whatsoever. And he'll be like, no, like, I'm fucking right. So whether he's a narcissist or like a Virgo, I don't know. If he can't basically have 1,000 compliments a day, being like, what are you doing today? What are you like? Oh my God, you're so accomplished. You're so talented. You're so blah, blah, blah. He'd rather like be by himself, which a lot of the times they are. So when they interact with other people, their like crazy narcissistic tendencies tend to come out. Basically give a narcissist like what they want or get the fuck out of their face. And then finally, they live in their world, not yours. They never will. Like, they would say, it's blank's world and we're all just living in it. Like, we say that jokingly about ourselves maybe, or like, I say that about myself jokingly. Again, aware. When men say it, gross. The fuck is wrong with you? This is kind of like a controversial little segment. So pause so I can take a large gulp of my tequila in my slut camp mug. The topic of this section, final or not, who knows, is games. Should you play or coach? Should you play? Am I going to coach you? Yes. Okay. You're on the team. You're actually in my starting 8. I don't know what team has 8 players, or what team has 8 players? I'm crying. You're on the starting lineup. Games are interesting because it's like eye roller. Like, I'm rolling my eyes at the word games, okay? It's like, you don't need to play them. You don't need to know if you're being played. Like, if someone's playing games with you and you sense it, like, choose to compete or choose to give up and just be like, immature, like, whatever. This is more so for, like I said before, we're pretending like we lost 2 years of college, and so games are still fucking relevant, okay? You can still fucking play them. I don't give a fuck. But there are new rules. There are kind of new boundaries, guys you can play them with, guys you can't. And what games are. And I'm not talking about like, there's like manipulation, there's like doing things like leaving them on red. Like, I'm not talking like that. They're more so like larger scale things, but they're very like rules for a guy you're hooking up with that you're like trying to play their game, essentially. It's been talked about extensively, but I'm jumping in with my 2 cents. All-star player right here. Like, I'm Tom Brady. I need to retire. I'm not going to. I'm going to be your coach. My God. Guess what? I'm your coach. Slut coach Emma and camp counselor. This is boot camp. Okay. I've talked about this before. I'm an Aries. I love to start fights for fun. And this comes into play all the time in my relationships with men. It's super fun and awesome. I get honestly probably off on like fighting with men, being like just like teasing them quick, like little quippy like things that just I know like to hit them where it's gonna tingle their ass hairs. So in college, when I was like, okay, I need to glow up, I need to like come back to high school parties, and that was actually my MO. And I feel like a lot of people is when you go back after 1 year of college, and you're like, okay, I need to show people how fucking hot I am and how much dick I'm getting and like whatever. So when I went to college, I was like, I need to learn to play games, mostly in order to survival of the fittest. The whole philosophy of, how far can I bend him before he breaks kind of thing. Like, what are the trigger points? What are the, when you kind of poke the bear, like where are the buttons to push? Like in college, I was like, how can I piss this man off? How can I piss this man off? And like they'll still, because, it guns back to like they love the crazy, whatever. It's like kind of just like, how can I really get under their skin? So much so that they're like, this girl, like I gotta keep going back to that, or like I gotta know more. Girls play games to test men, always. It's either because you already like them and you want to test them, or because you're just like, what are the vibes? Gotta test them, gotta do these games, gotta come off like chill, cool girl, like always. Guys play games because they like quite frankly couldn't give a fuck if you live or die. Like they don't give a fuck about you basically if they're playing games with you. That's just my philosophy on it. Like if a guy is like, and the way that I found this out is when I got my long-term boyfriend and he was like not reciprocating the manipulation tactics I was giving, and I was like, oh, I was like, wait, what's going on? And then he was like, no, I want to date you. And I was like, huh? So if they don't play games with you, they probably like you a lot. So congratulations. Kind of like a push and pull. It's like leaving them undelivered, leaving them on red. Like there's like high school type games, college games, little more like teeny bopper level games. Then there's like kind of the big league. If you're a freshman, I have something for you. If you're a CIT, I have something for you. Okay, got a little bit of both. Now we're gonna get into the 5 slut commandments. Number 1, if he ghosts, you ghost. Don't show any emotions. No reaction is all the reaction he needs. And this can apply to if, not even if he's ghosting you. Like, for example, if like a guy texts you to end a situationship or a relationship or whatever, basically he breaks up with you over text, don't give him the satisfaction of a response. That's so fucked of him to text you to break up with you in the first place. So like, why the fuck do you need to give him a reaction? You'll respond in 20 years when you're free. Okay. Rule number 2, always assume that he is a slut. Okay. Guilty until proven innocent. Always. Men are just like girls sometimes, where we're like, basically we want to give off the vibe that we fuck, whereas it's like, maybe you don't, maybe you do. Assume always that they do. Okay. They're not like the whole like good little goody two shoes act. If they give off, maybe even when you hook up with them for the first time and they're not really giving that like good dick, but like you can tell that they're like maybe holding back, or they get better the next time you hook up with them. It's kind of like, who the fuck cooked here? The less experienced they are, the worse, and the more you'll have to kind of like coach them, and then you're just basically helping the next girl after that. So you're doing a good deed, but no good deed goes unpunished. Remember that. Rule number 3, act chill girl. Even if you're not, even if you're the fucking most psycho bitch, like you need to go to a psych ward, like you need to be in a white padded room locked up, act chill. You're a chill girl. Like, even if you are a chill girl, you're not. Like most girls, because we're like emotionally intelligent and think about every possibility and not just like 2 possibilities, every girl is like labeled kind of like crazy in that sense, or kind of just like emotionally in touch. So you got to kind of give off the vibe that the whole concept of like think like a man. That's like where we go back to. You know, you find out he fucks your sister, no worries. It's fine. Okay, you're chill. No, you probably should not be continuing to fuck him, realistically. Number 4, you always have to walk into any man, any situation, any, like, you know, whoever it is that you're hooking up with or dating, have the mentality of like they could walk out the door at any moment. Like, he's a good fuck and nothing more. If you like the sex, keep up with that mentality. Like, it's like they serve a purpose, they give you the purpose. There's nothing more than that. But Bible, Psalm, slut. I cannot fucking speak. Just, the Kiki is where kikiing. He's a good fuck, nothing more. That's rule number 4. Rule number 5, the final 5th slut amendment. I'm just gonna change what it is every single time. This is the 5th slut amendment. Okay. Bible X Constitution collab meets slut. Whoa. A word from our sponsors. The writers of the Constitution. Dream slut camp guest Thomas Jefferson. Number 5. You give the most all-star performance of your life every single time. I'm talking like the nastiest, sloppiest, sucky you've ever given. Think like the loudest you've ever been, like you're getting a gold medal for it. Then basically fuck off. Like, don't talk to him, do nothing, whatever. If this is a consistent thing, he's going to continue to go back to it, okay? Men are very simple, and we treat them as such. Again, women have like so many fucking things going on in our brains at all times. It's like, you know, an illness that we deal with every single day, but we learn to cope, we learn to navigate. You put yourself in the man's shoes. That's how you proceed. That's how we flow and party, and that is the Slut Bible. Thank you. Sluts, that's all we have time for today, honestly. We got to move on to the next, and you have to wait a week. We covered the narcissist. We covered the Slut Bible Constitution Declaration of Slut Dependence. The 10 Slut Commandments. That's a good one. We got a word of advice from our sponsors about being horny or not. And we got our slut affirmation. I think we covered all our bases today. This was kind of more like a little advice episode rather than like a little story. But don't fret. We've got another story coming next week. I've gotten some feedback from the sluts of the world, and y'all wanted to see more advice, so I'm here to deliver. Always. If you have advice that you want me to give, /questions, /scenarios to react to, you think of something that I've encountered, you know me personally, fucking let me know. Talk about it. And we'll have guests on soon. So if you want to be on Slut Camp, text your girl. Let me know. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. As always, suck a little dick if you're nasty. Take a shot. Tell your mother you love her. Tell your father you love him, even if you have daddy issues. Tell your friends you love them, and enjoy your night. Shake some ass. Love y'all. Peace out, Slut Camps.